You've cracked on West Virginia quite a bit, too.
West Virginia as a state is the least worthy state in the Union. There's no doubt about that.
Wait, so we should go to 49 states and just knock them out?
If you had to replace one, West Virginia's replacement would be the least deleterious to the overall country, I think.
That's why he couldn't get elected. That word right there.
I thought they had some great.
I mean, really, if you had to replace one of the
beautiful up there. I've never been up there.
I've been up there.
It's beautiful.
If you
right?
had to replace one of the 50
John
states.
Denver wrote about that state.
It's a great song. I've sung about it. If JT was in right now, the Country Roads is a great song. That's the only good thing to ever come out of West Virginia is the song Country Roads. No, the roads, the interstate.
Randy Moss is from there, right?
Oh, Randy Moss. They got
Jason Williams.
Country Roads. Jason Williams is overrated. They got Country Roads. They got Randy Moss, and then they got the interstate leaving the state. That's the only three things good to ever come out of West Virginia.
And not the Jason Williams that killed a guy.
I mean, seriously, what state would you guys replace? It's a tiny state. It doesn't really have any industry. It doesn't really have any. I mean, if you ever drive in West Virginia,
I'd replace like Rhode Island.
Tell us the history. Do you know the history?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's just Virginia.
Right.
They refused to secede.
Oh,
so they broke off and formed their own state. So really, I mean, you could just say West Virginia. I mean, it is just Virginia. Now, I wouldn't want to replace Virginia. Virginia is a nice state. But West Virginia, I mean, that's just...
Charlottesville's beautiful. That whole state is beautiful.
Yeah, the state of Virginia is outstanding.
My mother used to live in Richmond, so making that drive from like Knoxville to Richmond.
But I went to college in D.C., so I had to drive across the whole state. So it's beautiful. I love the state of Virginia.
So you would replace West Virginia if you had to replace one?
One of the 50 states is the least valuable state.
What about like Rhode Island or something?
Rhode Island would be high on the list, too.
Come on, man. That's where Lamar Odom's from.
More people live in Rhode Island than live in West Virginia, so it would be a bigger hindrance, I think.
Never even heard of Rhode Island basketball program.
Jim Herrick broke a lot of rules up there.
I know. I've been to a game there.
What about New Hampshire?
You went to a game in Rhode Island?
New Hampshire, you got the primary.
In politics, eh?
Yeah. Got a primary.
Sports.
Oh, sports-wise, West Virginia West Virginia is worthless. Let's just be honest. Of the 50 states.
The Mountaineers. Come on.
Major Harris.
Give me a break.
West Virginia's going to the
Huggy Bear.
Does West Virginia have the highest percentage of drunk people of any state in America right now?
But they were talking about going to the game. What was it? They were playing LSU. They said so many people were going to be drunk at that game.
I just assumed.
They were worried about it being at night.
Yeah, because they were like, some people set some stuff on fire.
You want to know about the state of West Virginia.
Man.
Yeah, they do.
The state of West Virginia. Pac-Man Jones and Chris Henry were roommates on that football team.
Insane.
And they didn't even hardly get in trouble. That's because
they didn't go to class.
No, that's because Morgantown is just like the Wild West. They just murder people. It's like, if you watch the movie Deadwood, the television show Deadwood, people would just get killed, fed to the hogs, and everybody would be like, what happened to them? Nobody ever knows. I'm convinced that's like 90% of West Virginia. I don't think they bury people. They just feed them to hogs there. Just put a little cross up on the hillside. People are like, what happened to so-and-so? I don't know. He's not here anymore. It's a ridiculous state.
Wouldn't you love to be married to him?
Oh, no. I can't.
My wife's from West Virginia.
Yeah.
No! She's from Michigan, right?
Yeah.
You just roll around your house
Michigan
with these opinions, these theories.
She does not.
You test them out on your wife, right?
She doesn't agree with anything that I've ever said. 7 years of marriage.
She did say yes, though.
Somehow.
Benny Booze, speaking of...
We don't know how she said yes.
She thought she was pregnant. I don't know how it happened. Found out she wasn't.
Come on, guys. Bit of booze in the house. Oh, man, yeah. You guys are knocking it out today, for real. What about North Dakota, South Dakota?
Yeah, really? Why
Idaho.
two Dakotas?
Idaho.
There are two Dakotas. I don't know that we need both Dakotas, but they do have, we got a lot
Why can't we just...
They have massive oil deposits now.
Why can't we incorporate...
So there's a lot of money. They actually do have some benefit to the overall country.
Why can't you just remove the border and just go Dakota?
Well, that would be, I don't know that we need two Dakotas. That's true. All right, so the second part here is we just kind of randomly ended up on the question of if there's 50 states. I think you would agree with that.
There are 50 states.
All right. If you had to eliminate one of the 50 states, as in this state doesn't really bring much to the nation, which state would you go with?
I think we actually talked about this at the bar.
I am a believer that needs to only be one Dakota.
There you go. See?
You guys talked about this at the bar?
Yeah.
Why? Okay, California is a great state.
I love it.
They got beaches, they got cities, they got mountains. We could use a couple of those. We need two Dakotas.
North California. So add North California.
Yeah.
Get another California. I'm good with it. Even Carolina. Like, all right, I'm all right with two Carolinas.
They're both very nice places.
Yeah, they both got something to offer me. Two Dakotas. You can't tell the difference between South and North Dakota. Nobody can.
That's actually, this may be a more compelling argument than eliminating West Virginia. It might just be we keep West Virginia, but we just coalesce the Dakotas.
Well, I say it, you don't get sold. Dan Wetzel says it.
He made a better case. It's all about salesmanship. He made a better case than you did.
Okay.
Well, I'm with you on the West Virginia thing is a little odd because it's like, why can't it just be West? Like, why does West Virginia? What's so great about the western part of Virginia?
Then it needs to be on its own.
Right. It's like, and really, it's the most rural and it's the middle of nowhere. Like, I live in Michigan. We have the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which I think I've been to once.
I've been there. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, there's nothing up there.
Yeah.
Just some copper mines and like snowdrifts through July.
It is freezing. I was up there in July and it was like 40 degrees, and I said, "This is not for me."
Where is Novi, Michigan? I have family there. Where is that?
Novi's just near Detroit.
That's
Detroit.
actually near Detroit. But it was like 6-7 hours. Like, I can drive for like 9 hours and still be in Michigan.
Yeah, it's a long way to
It doesn't
DUP.
get its own state. It's just like that part of Michigan no one remembers.
Snooki and JWoww have a Jersey Shore spinoff coming up. It's going to be filmed in Jersey City. A lot of people saying that we should wipe Jersey off the map. You know, we were talking about if you could eliminate one state, what would it be? A lot of people saying Jersey. I've never been there.
Let me say, I like Alabama. I was making fun of Alabama and Kentucky fans. I like them. People from New Jersey, they aren't very friendly people.
Isn't Karski from New Jersey?
My point is made.
Why are they like so mad? Like they're mad at the world.
Here's
like
the deal.
Rude.
The thing I don't like about the East Coast.
And about flipping things.
No, like nothing of importance.
Yeah. There's so many people on the East Coast that they're all angry because it's crowded all the time. That's how I felt when I was on the East Coast. Everywhere you go on the East Coast, you can't park. You can't like go to a restaurant.
You can park, but they'll bump your bumper while they're parking.
I mean, it's just it's an incredibly intense and packed place, and you don't ever feel comfortable. Like, it's not a relaxing place to go. I like the West Coast. I like the South. I'm not an East Coast guy. I don't like it.
Yeah, me either. And you'll walk down the sidewalk. They'll run you right over. It could be a whole sidewalk wide open, and you're walking down the path. They go, no, move out my way. Bam!
Definitely don't say hi. It was a culture shock.
Or excuse me.
No, there's no eye contact going on.
Culture shock to go from Nashville to the East Coast.
You make eye contact, you might get shot.
Yeah, seriously.
But I never understand. It's like I said, it's the flippant things that a lot of people from up there get mad about.
It's because again, the crowds. It always go back to the crowd. People are angry. They're just angry, and they're looking for something to be upset about.
Follow us on Twitter at 3HL1045. A lot of people agree with me and Dan Wetzel in our conversation at the Super Bowl.
On Dakota?
Yeah, there should only be one Dakota.
Yeah.
I like Wetzel's idea. He really likes California, so he says make two of them.